Hello, my friends, and welcome to your product update. It's been a little busy around here, so this video is extra special because not only are we going to show you what we did in May, we're also going to show you what's to come in June. So, yes, it is your lucky day, 2 months worth of updates in one video. So, let's go ahead and dive in. For sake of your time, here is the timeline for the video if you would like to skip ahead. Before we dive into this month's new features, let's see what you all had to say about last month's update. The campaign unpublished feature is huge. Also love the Zapier connection. Like the email sidebar, like the ability to save templates in the email builder, love the ability to change my Infusionsoft user ID. Love that you're now able to change your own email address without needing to call into support to unlink and relink. Even if calls do come into Infusionsoft, the call will be a lot quicker to just tell people go here and make the change than unlinking all applications and linking up to another Infusionsoft application. Love it! I love the Zapier integration. I don't use it currently, but this gave me the confidence to try it. The setup is easy. I'd love to see a Zap integration with DocuSign added in the future. That's duly noted. And this last piece of feedback is by far my favorite. This is a money update. Couldn't have summed it up better, so with that, I think we're ready to move on to new features. First up, we have more email builder enhancements, including unlinking hyperlinks, template search, and more options for email testing. We've updated our powered by and delivered by Infusionsoft footers so we don't interrupt your footers and branding. DKIM setup is now more clear on where you need to paste the values we provide you so you can get up and running as quick as possible. There's a new addition to the campaign builder that we can't wait to introduce to you that will allow you to add contacts through a WordPress opt-in form, have those contacts added to Infusionsoft, and trigger campaign automation. Yes, it is as awesome as it sounds, so sit tight for those details in a few moments. We're excited to report that all external pages and emails can be translated into 5 different languages based on what your customer prefers to see, so they have a seamless experience interacting with the application and ultimately your business. The Infusionsoft sidebar we unveiled last month has already been updated to include Office 365 support and note functionality. We've added some new filtering options and user access permissions to the mobile app. No longer do you have to worry about being logged out while you're working with our longer active session times. Improved email sending performance, new increased security with Google reCAPTCHA and order forms in the shopping cart, and lastly, setting up PayPal Express checkout is now faster and easier. Now that we've given you a little teaser, let's dive in to this update. The new email builder was a game changer for us here at Infusionsoft and for you, our customers, but we want to make sure we hold true to we innovate and constantly improve, which is why we have 3 more enhancements to the builder this month that will make life a little bit easier. First, we have made it a lot more convenient to remove and update one of your hyperlinks. Before this update, if you wanted to remove one of your hyperlinks, you would need to delete the link text, retype the text, and hyperlink again to your new link. With this update, all you have to do now is place your cursor somewhere in the link like so, select the hyperlink button, and you'll notice this new unlink option. All you got to do is select the button and voila, your text is still there and ready for your new link to be added. Easy peasy. This second update will allow you to have multiple options for testing your emails. Once you complete crafting your email, you may, and should, send it to yourself and your team as a test. Thanks to this new enhancement, you can select from users in your application. So if I put my cursor here, there's all my users, or I can manually type in as many email addresses as you would like to send it to. Yes, that is right. There is no longer a limit of 5 emails. You can now send to as many emails as your heart desires. We'd love that some of you want to spread the word and advertise Infusionsoft, but our powered by and delivered by Infusionsoft email footers may not be the best user and customer experience, so that's why we've changed things up a bit. Normally, there would be an Infusionsoft footer at the bottom right corner of your emails, but we have turned off the powered by and delivered by Infusionsoft email footers for all emails created using this new builder. That way it won't conflict with any email footers you may be using for your business branding or cause any bugs. If this is the email builder you are currently using, please don't worry about what I'm going to say next. In fact, you could just plug your ears and hum for the next 30 seconds starting now. If you are a more tenured customer and use one of our older email builders such as the Drag and Drop or Classic Builder, you can enable these footers to appear at the bottom right of these emails just by adjusting a couple of settings. Let me show you where to do this. You'll head over to the Admin section and then the Branding Center. Select the Infusionsoft Footer tab and scroll to the bottom of the page. From here, you can turn on the powered by and or delivered by footer just by selecting the yes toggle. Again, this is only for users who are using one of our older builders and really want to advertise for us. If you're using the lovely new email builder, then you can pretend this setting doesn't even exist. Last, if you have multiple email templates, which we hope you do, you can now use the search bar at the very top right corner to narrow down the list. Next up, we have simplified the DKIM setup process, and let me show you how. When we first released the DKIM setup process in the application, there were a couple of modifications that needed to be made to these two values, either before you copied it or when you pasted it. Now with this update, we have made these adjustments for you, so now all you have to do is just hit copy, and you know that you have the exact values that you need. Also, we have provided more guidance in this pop-up to where you need to paste these values so there's no time wasted in searching. Another small and simple win. This update may be my favorite one for this month, and that's our new Infusionsoft WordPress plugin. Now you can easily create opt-in forms in WordPress and have them connected to Infusionsoft with only a few short steps. Forget needing to know HTML, CSS styling, and the square root of pi to get this done. We got you covered. Let's see how this all works. So before you get going, you'll need to connect your WordPress site to your Infusionsoft account, and I'll quickly review how to get that done. From WordPress, you'll navigate over to Plugins here on the left-hand side. And in the search bar, you're going to type Infusionsoft Official. This is the plugin you will install, and once it's installed, which mine is, you'll select Infusionsoft on the sidebar here on the left-hand side and then Settings. To complete this connection, you will need to enter in your application name and your API key, but that's it. Now, for this plugin, you will be creating your opt-in form inside WordPress. Thankfully, I already have one here completed called Pop-Up. If you need any help with the actual creation process, please reference our Help Center article or WordPress to get that done. Since my form is created and my site is connected to my Infusionsoft application, my next step would be to head on over to the campaign builder. You'll create a new campaign or use one of your existing. And if we look over to our toolbar, there is now this lovely WordPress opt-in goal. I'm going to drag it out onto my canvas and then double click on the goal. As soon as I put my cursor in the search field, it will auto-populate the opt-in forms I have in WordPress, or I can search by opt-in title if I have quite a few. There's my pop-up form in WordPress, so now that it's selected, I'll hit save, add more to my campaign if I want, publish, and no joke, that is it. Now when your contact fills out that WordPress opt-in form, they'll be added to Infusionsoft, added to this campaign, and any automation you set up will run. I don't know about you, but that was way easy, and trust me, I am not a WordPress guru, so I am more than excited for this new feature, and I hope you are too. I'm happy to report that we have officially finished the work needed to allow all external Infusionsoft pages and emails to be translated into multiple foreign languages. Before we recap what international improvements we've made so far, I want to preface that currently we have translations for external pages and emails available in French, German, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese, but all that's left now is to add more languages. So, in rapid style fashion, let's see what your customers can see. All external pages, such as this invoice, can be viewed in their language of choice, and the dates are formatted based off of that language as well. Again, it is those 5 I mentioned earlier, but there will be more to come. Additional currencies are now supported in the application. We allow for more than 1 million units in currency fields. We can now collect and house your customer's time zone and language. Decision diamonds can segment based off of the contact's language. You can send broadcasts based off of the contact's time zone, which was a huge win for all of us. Timers in the campaign builder can run off of the contact's time zone as well. And last but definitely not least, we introduced localized currency and number formatting. We made huge strides this year with these international translations, and it feels good to say we have a complete end-to-end experience for you and your customers. Last month, we unveiled the new Infusionsoft sidebar, and we already have good news to share. We told you it wouldn't be long until the sidebar was available for Office 365, and guess what? That time is now. You can now download and use the sidebar for Gmail and Office 365. We also updated the Chrome and Firefox versions to stay up to date with their respective browsers. And in the sidebar itself, we did make a little update to the notes section to where they will show in order, where the most recent will be at the top of the list. We have a few mobile app enhancements to share with you. Two changes have been made in regards to sorting opportunities. First, the sort and filter options have been moved under this sort and filter icon in the top left of the opportunity section. And whatever you select on this page will save as your sort preference. And there are two new filter options available: filter by your assigned leads only and filter by stages. And last, admins can now restrict mobile access under the user's permissions. So I'll head over one of my users. In the application tab, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there is now a section for mobile. If you change this to no, the user will no longer have access to view the mobile application. If the user is not permitted to use the mobile app, they will see this message when they try to log in on their phone. Another round of great updates to the mobile application. Up next are our updates that will be coming in the month of June. You are now able to stay logged in while you actively work inside Infusionsoft without being kicked out of your session or losing the progress you've made. So here's how it works. If a user is active, a single session can be ran continuously for 3 full days. Yes, I said 3 full days. How awesome is that? If a user is inactive for an extended period of time, on average that's about 2 hours, a 90-second timer will appear. If the user does not show any activity during that time, the session will be timed out. For PCI compliance, users who have access to view credit cards will be required to provide a password every 15 minutes. Thanks to this update, you can now work uninterrupted. With this update, your email recipients can now receive your emails almost exactly when you want them to. In the email batch report, you can see the rate at which your email sent, and before this update, if you were sending a large batch, it could take hours to send. Good news, we increased the number of emails sent per second, so you will now see a 300% increase in email sending rates. So that means waiting is a thing of the past. We have increased security in order forms and the shopping cart with Google reCAPTCHA. Now when your customers are filling out their credit card info and their card declines, they will be presented this Google reCAPTCHA to ensure they're not an automated bot. The reCAPTCHA only takes 1 second, and you can rest assured that you won't be the victim of fraudulent bot activity. To close this update out, we have simplified the PayPal Express checkout setup process. Previously, setting up PayPal Express checkout required you to input and know all of your PayPal account info. But with this update, all you have to do now is checkmark the box like you normally did and select this new Connect with PayPal button. All you have to do now is log in, hit next, provide the right permissions, and that's it. If you don't have an account, you can select this link and create your account in just a few short minutes. We just powered through a lot of great updates, so in case you missed one, here is a list of all our new and improved features. This has been another great round of new product features, and I can't wait to see what's in store for July. But for now, that's a wrap for this product update.